Hey, good evening, everybody. Good night, rather. How y'all doing? Again, this your boy Rob Thomas Jr. from the Real News Behind the News. Oh yeah, again, today is May 6, 2019. And the purpose of this video here is to piggyback off the video that I shared earlier, where we was at Winfield Funeral Home, where we had the coroner, Caddo Parish coroner, Shreveport police chief, and a couple of more individuals. And we was trying to get answers, but not only get answers, but find solutions to the problem of excessive force being used around here in Shreveport by the police department. And in particular, this meeting was held in reference to the shooting of Anthony Childs. Now, tonight was a good meeting. It was somewhat productive, although the mayor didn't show up, and the most important person, the district attorney, or a representative from his office, did not show up. I think that the district attorney's office did not show up for a specific reason, because if they did, we would have caught them in all kind of lies. Because tonight, man, we had them backpedaling on a lot of stuff that they told us, man. And I mean, basically, we left out this meeting with more, yeah, exactly. So one gun shot 9 times, exactly. Because they sat there in the meeting, the whole meeting, and tried to tell us that Anthony Childs shot first. But even the coroner saying that this man had his pistol like this. Now, first of all, Anthony Childs had a 9mm. That means he would have had to pull it to cock it before he shoot. He shot at the officer. But they kept talking about the video. Now, when you go back and look at the video, you hear 2 simultaneous shots. Pow, pow. You hear 2 shots. Pow, pow. You don't hear a shot in the distance. Pow. And then pow. No. What they're saying is that out of the first 2 bullets that were fired, Anthony Childs took his gun and instead of pointing at the police officer, shot himself in the chest. While at the same time, Officer Travion Brooks shot at him. Lie. Straight up. So when you look at a lot of the questions that was being asked, their story does not add up. Now, what's going to happen exactly? Councilman Green, you need to step up and stand up, homie. You in my district, so it's up to me. I'm gonna hold your feet to the fire. You should have been one of the first ones there, Councilman Green. Again, the mayor should have been there because from my understanding, this meeting was supposed to be set up around his schedule. I know he's busy, but at the same time, this is an important meeting because we're dealing with an officer shooting a citizen, what we believe murdering a citizen. But again, let's go back to what they're trying to tell us, that Anthony Childs had his gun and he had his gun pointed to his chest. Now, they keep talking about what the witnesses say, that the witnesses say that the officer never got within 20 feet. But did the witnesses ever tell you that they saw Anthony Childs shoot himself? No, y'all never did say that. So again, I'm going to just be real. The coroner, the police chief, the DA's office, they really should just be quiet because every time they open their mouth, another lie comes out. And really, they shooting themselves in the foot, just like they shot Anthony. Now, let me show you what they telling us. They telling us that Anthony Childs, after shooting himself in the chest, now again, he allegedly took the first bullet in his chest, which went through his heart, went through his lung, and then came out his back. Now, the other 3 shots, even according to the coroner, is saying that Anthony Childs got shot in the back. So wait a minute. First of all, the police chief was saying that Anthony Childs was on the ground and had his gun like this pointed at the officer. Well, if that's the case, how the hell did he get shot in the back 3 times? Then they go on to say that he was rolling around with the gun. So that means Officer Travion Brooks had to be a hell of a sharpshooter to shoot that brother in his back 3 times while he's rolling around on the ground. So y'all see where I'm getting at? That whole story that they're telling us is bullshit. They're hoping that we don't make no noise, but we made a little noise tonight. Even though the media, you had a lot of anger and aggression in that meeting, we did accomplish something. We let them know that the citizens of Shreveport are not stupid. And this ain't the 40s, the 30s, 40s, or 50s, where you can say, this is what we say, nigga. And we supposed to be like, yes, sir, boss. We believe you. Nah, fuck that. That ain't how it's rolling, man. You all got to give us answers. And on the 14th of this month, we need everybody that can possibly make it to the city council meeting to come down there and help us. If nothing else, we're going to try to get the ball rolling to get a citizens review board so that we can have actual citizens police the police instead of letting these crook police themselves. Because if you go back and look at the video that we did, everything that they said was pretty much one lie after another after another. And it's probably better that the district attorney's office didn't send nobody, because we were going to catch them in some real big lies. Our objective tonight was to bring was to highlight the issue, but in reality, we want that investigation reopened. There's no way in the world it's going to be so convenient that he shot himself in the chest, which allows the DA's office to say, now since it was a suicide, we don't have to investigate it. But again, look, when I asked Chief Raymond, didn't you yourself shoot somebody? And he had to confess. Back in 1981, he was involved in a shootout where a brother got shot 8 times by your current police chief. Your current police chief shot a dude 8 times, and the only bullet out of all them shots that killed him was while he was getting shot by Police Chief Raymond. He shot himself in the head. It's a pattern of lies, it's a pattern of corruption, and it's a pattern of abuse of power. And if we let them get away with it, y'all, I mean, don't bother by getting on Facebook trying to sound all pretty and sound all conscious and sound like you one of the greatest activists, because if you're not down there to challenge these folks, first of all, to get that investigation reopened, and then to help us force the city and state officials to get a citizen review board, you're no good. You're part of the problem. Because anybody can get on Facebook and talk about it, but what about in the real world? Are you going to be about it? So y'all go back and check that video out, man. I admit, it's 2 hours and something long, but it's worth looking at, because you're going to hear how your city officials, your parish officials, have the audacity to sit there and lie to you and expect us to believe it. Like back in the 40s and 50s when they could tell our ancestors something, and our ancestors were maybe too scared or too not conscious or intelligent enough to really understand and challenge them. What we going to do, man? We going to sit back there and let them get away with murder? Or we going to sit back and challenge them? Are we going to sit back on Facebook and play like we really care? Or we going to get out there in the real world, in reality, and show these folk that we're not playing with them? Why is it that, again, Brother Lester Smith made this plain, and I'm going to end this video. They were talking about we need more sensitivity training. Fuck that. Why is it that we as black folks got to train the police not to shoot us, but the police know not to shoot nobody else? Why is it that they got to be trained not to kill black people, but they know automatically not to go in Swan Lake or nowhere else and shoot them folks? But we got to train them not to shoot us. Man, fuck out of here with that, man, for real. Come on, man. At what point is we as black people, who are 60% of the population here, going to step up and stand up, man, and say something outside of Facebook? Because I'm going to be real, I don't take a lot of you niggas on Facebook serious, man. Because when it comes down to reality, you're never where you need to in real life unless it's benefiting you on a 501c3 or something like that. Then you'll come out there. But on real issues like that, on like this, we don't see you. So to me, you know what I'm saying, I can't take you serious, man. But hey, let me go ahead, man, get ready for bed. Y'all check out the other video that we did, where we had the whole video in its entirety. Y'all be blessed.